on the chat. I might be chatting with myself. But that's okay because I'm still thinking about just evaluating a talk that I heard probably like 10 or 15 years ago. I heard it a couple of times 10 or 15 years ago when I heard it, but it was called The Hoe, the Pro, and the Vaginal Politician. Hey, Myosha. So are you a hoe? Are you a pro? Or are you a VP? And since I heard the talk, when I heard the talk, it was focused specifically on the women. But during the years of me dating and growing, and I referred back to and thought about that talk a lot over the years. It was given by my goddess sister, goddess Shamayim Shu, Shamayim Harris, Reverend Goddess Shu. So anyway, so it's not my original concept at all. I'm sure that over the years I've twisted it around, maybe in some ways that aren't healthy. 19 years married, that's right. Put it on the table when you come in the chat. You say I'm not a whole pro or a VP. I'm 19 years married. So, some of her original ideas may be twisted, or, may have been distorted through my own personal perspective. But, I did want to give credit to Mama Shu. If you're familiar, you can probably find it on the internet. She is the founder of the Avalon Village here in Detroit, Highland Park, Michigan, technically. And just one of my big sisters and mentors. And, yeah, so that's where we're coming from. So let's talk about the hoe, the pro, and the vaginal politician. And as I was saying on Notes on the News, it's not like, I don't think that any particular, like, I think that the titles are sort of second, like, they're cute, they kind of bring it together in a way. Maybe they're clickbait, I don't know. But it's compelling. But I think that there's no judge, like, it's not like a judgment, because I feel like you can be at different levels in any of these categories. So to me, the hoe is the woman who is not aware of herself. She's not aware of herself in terms of her feminine energy. She's not aware of herself in terms of the power of herself as a woman. She may be very conscientious, very advanced, all of that stuff, in other areas. But in terms of her sense of self, her sense of her power as a woman, she doesn't really have that much of a sense of it. So we've heard the expression, some of us, maybe all of it, like a hamburger hoe. All of us maybe have heard of a hamburger hoe. So that's somebody who, she's just so happy to get the attention to that she doesn't even realize that she's bringing anything to the table as a woman. So somebody can come to her with a hamburger, somebody could come to her with a washing machine. She could be a washing machine host, she could be, but she doesn't have any sense of herself, or not much of a sense of herself as bringing something to the table. She doesn't have any sense of herself as being desirable or adding any value. She's just so happy and so grateful to get the attention that you give her a hamburger and it's on, or you give her whatever and it's on. It might not even be a hamburger. It may just be like, hey, you looking cute today. And, so I tend to think of, the men who tend to deal with the woman who I'm categorizing as a whole. And none of these people, until we get to, this woman is not the currency exchange does not have to be money at all. She could, again, you could just say, hey, you look cute. And that might be enough for her to be like, hey, you think I look cute and you want to get with me? You told me I look cute, so I'll give you anything you want. That's where she is in her consciousness. And generally, it seems like, in my impression, the men who deal with the hoe are almost like the men who are, some people use that expression of low hanging fruit. Like, there's not a lot of effort required. It's almost like in their minds, maybe they have, $5 to spend, $5,000 to spend, or whatever it is that they have to spend. They're not spending more than that. So they're going to look for the deal that fits into what they have to spend. So, that's what they're looking for. Whatever fits in their budget is what they're looking for. That's the hoe, and the men who love a hoe. The pro is a woman who, her consciousness has sort of shifted a little bit, and she started to realize, wait a second, I could, I'm going to go in business for me. I'm going to go in business for myself. I got this vagina here, and I'm going to use it I'm going to run my own business. I got something that's of value here, and I'm going to set the price. The hoe, the men are setting the price. The pro, she's setting her price. Again, her price might be a hamburger. Her price might be a vacuum cleaner. Her price might be a trip to Maui. Her price might be marriage. But whatever it is, she is setting the price for you to get into her vajayjay. You understand what I'm saying? So, she's a pro. She's gone to the Pros Institute. She feel like she learned a little something. She know a little something, and she has a price. She's running a business. She is in the business of running the business of her vajayjay. So that's the pro. And the men who deal with her tend to, whatever it is about her, now they have a consciousness of, it's something, because quiet is kept. We're all attracted to people for something. So the men are willing to pay the price, whether that price is $100, whether that price is a meal, whether that price is 18 meals, whatever the price is, they're willing to pay the price to get into the vajayjay. That's where their consciousness is. And they don't, they have set their eyes on her, and they're willing to pay the price for her. They're willing to pay the price for her vajayjay. And in the process, I feel like the exchange generally is not limited just to sex generally, but it could be, so that's the hoe and the pro and the men who love them. And now on to the VP. And when we think of VP, we think of somebody who's C-level, not CUNT level, but like, C-level. They're an executive, they managing things, they running things. So she has gone from, her consciousness of herself as a VP, as a vaginal politician, has gone from understanding that what I have between my legs has value to some people, to whatever, to understanding that my feminine essence, my feminine spirit, my feminine energy has value. The vaginal politician may be effing, she may be having sex, and she may not be having sex. She knows how to use, but she's conscious that she has this feminine energy that she can use. And she knows that while it may or may not include the vajayjay, it's all of that. So that's the vaginal politician. And usually the man that is attracted to the VP is attracted to her particular feminine energy. It's not, the vajayjay is a bonus. It's not, so it's like there's something in her energy. We've heard the expression behind every good man is a good woman. And I know from experience that, when a man who I think for the most part, men operate on the material plane and women operate for the most part on the spiritual, emotional plane. When you have that right chemistry, you can move mountains. You can conquer anything. When you build the Taj Mahal, is that what it's called? You out here doing the thing, because it's something that happens that's magical when you get that right combination of things. So the men who deal with the women, the VP sounds like balance on earth. So the men who deal with the women who are VPs, they also have a consciousness of the value and the power of her. Oh, it's not. It's you can be here. You can, because we finished now, but we just talking about. So they have a consciousness of her power, her, that energy and the usefulness and the synergy that will happen when we come together. When that energy comes together with my energy, I'm gonna be able to move things in this world. I'm gonna be able to move mountains. So that's it. I didn't really have a long time to talk, but that's just been on my mind. Peace, Yapo. So that's my question. I don't know. I saw somebody say TRF, the royal family. Hey, Rowdy Chica, I saw somebody say that they all in one, but that's before I started talking, because I don't know if you can be all in one. So I'm just curious to see what what y'all think of that. I thought it was deep. Over the years, I've thought about it a lot. I just think it's a really interesting way to look at things. There's a woman on the Basketball Wives, this TV show. Y'all may or may not watch it, but what's really interesting to her, and there are like women to me who are in this category. These women, I'm not gonna lie, I've been all three. Yeah, we all have. I think it's like consciousness and evolution. I think it's consciousness and evolution and growth. Um, you have to cancel a black man's journey for this evening. What? Um, I think it's all, evolution and growth. And I think also, depending on the relationship, I think relationships can bring out different things in us. You feel ill. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Relationships and people can bring out different things in us. So, I think in some contexts and in some, situations, we may operate on different levels. And I think, yeah, so that's it. I was going to say something. I got distracted. Are you going to throw up? Don't throw up. You feel nauseous? Get well, King. Shake it off. Oh, feel better. Oh. Um, Yeah, so that's the whole the pro, the vaginal politician, the VP. Um, and I think, I like the idea. Like when I first heard it, I did not hear it as, a VP could be, VPing for hamburgers. But, over the years, I think a VP can be V. What I was gonna say is Evelyn Lozado is a basketball wife. To me, she sort of represents the pro. Um, oh, go back to bed, feel better. I feel bad. I don't like to feel sick, and I don't like to hear anybody else feel sick. That's awful. Evelyn Lozado represents, to me, she seems like the prototypical um, pro. Like I think she has gone from, not because she's gone from professional athlete to professional athlete to professional athlete, but there are other women who, I think are in that category. Like they realize, like, there anything really, really special about her, that keeps her dealing with high profile men. And then some of these, or wealthy men, they're not necessarily, I guess, high profile in certain contexts. They can't drop Brother Ayapo. Um, but keeps her dealing with, sort of like a certain type of high profile man. But I think that her sense of herself, and I don't know her, so I could be wrong, but it seems like her sense of herself, is sort of limited in a way to, like you hear that when she dealt with her last husband, that she, that there's a certain way she handles the relationship or seems to handle relationships that makes me think that she's probably a pro, not necessarily a VP. I don't think I don't think her sense of self has reached the level of thinking of herself, as the totality of the totality of her feminine energy. Yeah, you'll be better tomorrow. You will. You will. Um, so, and I was trying to think, I think I had thought of, although I can't, I've been thinking about, well, who in, that we know, that we're conscious of, that we know as as all of these people. And I think that the women, you will be better, brother. Rest my king. And the women, I think, who, are like expert flirts, or sometimes I think that men can be. I get so worried about young girls. Yeah. I think that the women who are expert flirts, like I think they know how to, mobilize resources just, through kindness and showing interest, and like it's nothing. And I think that's sort of like an element of like that VP. They're like using their energy, they're mobilizing their resources. Okay, I got 5 minutes. They're mobilizing their resources, but not necessarily having sex with people, but they get stuff done with their energy, with their vibration. So I think all flirts, fit in the category. The effective flirts can fit in the category of the VP. So okay, that's what I got. What are your thoughts? What do you think? You're a sweet person. Yeah. I guess I always like the idea of transforming and growing in consciousness and developing. I played the sex down. Um, I like the idea of, like of evolution. Like, what am I moving toward? What am I, what am I trying to embody? Where am I going? What's the end? I don't know if it's an end game, but like, yeah, what's the destination? So I like the idea of like seeing the ways in which, I might be operating, as a desperado. I also call a hoe like a desperado. We need to stop the BS between each other. I also think of like the whole category is like the desperado, like the woman who feels just like so desperate, like, oh my God, I'm never gonna get anybody. Oh my God, somebody gave me attention. I feel like they're like in that vibration, and like, nobody ever needs to be in that vibration, because the universe provides for all of us, so we can just relax and enjoy. It's not, it's you good, that you good, you just as valuable as anybody else. You don't have to um oh I thought you were going to bed. Go to bed. um so I think of the, most of the hoes are on that level, or in that consciousness. And I think we all go through times when we feel like, oh my God, that desperado thing, or when we get so easily swayed and focused on other people that we can lose focus. I'm here trying to flirt. That we can lose focus and lose connection. I needed someone that made me feel free. I saw a vid last night going, and I like this dude, hashtag overload. Sexual energy is powerful once you know how to manipulate it. Yeah, and manipulate has such a weird connotation, but I do think it's like using it, managing it, and I think also any energy that we have, we can use that energy productively. We can use that energy to add value. We can use, like this is Marvin Gaye, who does sexual healing. We can use that energy, for good, or we can use it for evil, and probably some things in between too. So dang, there was one other comment I wanted to talk about. So, but I lost it. I forgot it. So, yeah. And I like, I guess I like the idea. I've already said this, but like of like being like, oh wait, I'm evolving. Oh wait, I can evolve some more. Like I can continue to grow. I can continue to develop. Like I don't have to stop here. I don't have to end here. So, and I do think, who was that? COG overload. Oh, who was it? Oh, oops, that's my bell. All right. I didn't think I was going to be able to get this in today, but I wanted to throw it out there. I've been thinking about Goddess Shoe. I'm going to give her a call, spend some time with her. So that's no time for the BS. Let's push forward. Yeah, that's what you had said earlier, I think. But, yep. And I don't know if I feel like, I think some of the things that people feel are BS. I don't know if I feel that they're BS. But that's a whole conversation. That's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, my old shop, been missing you. Good to see you. Thank you, True Royal family. True Royal Queen. So that's what I got. Sad. What's sad? Oh no. Hopefully not sad here. Some things are sad, but I don't know. I don't. Yeah, we not sad here. Not right now. We sad that Iyapo was sick. That's not fun. That we can't get along. We can get along. I rebuke that. That hasn't, or I shouldn't say I rebuke that, because I don't know what your experience has been, but that has not been my experience. And I like, and I think that I would encourage you and invite you to think about, to examine all of the ways in which we do get along, and that you've had that personal experience, and to amplify that and focus on that. And also think about all of the ways in which, you can improve your personal ability to get along with, other people. Women, men, all like, because I, yeah. Hey, Andres. So that's it. That's it for the chat today. So yeah, yes, facts. So we can get along, and we continue to get along, and we continue to improve our ability to get along. We love each other and we respect each other and we enjoy each other's company, and we're blessings to one another. So that's it. Today is the best day ever, and you are the greatest. I know. And when I tried to come back in right after, it wouldn't let me in. So I went upstairs and go to bed, big head. So I went upstairs and did some things. But I'm right at my limit. But you can watch it on the replay. Please do and drop comments, and we're not gonna argue, but let's explore. Let's conversate. That's what my people say. Some people say converse. Let's have a conversation. But my people say conversate. You going to bed? What's going on, people? All right. Well, everybody have a wonderful, fabulous day. It is intentional that we're here today talking about this. We love, and we can elevate our relating to one another. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace.